It's December. A soft return to wholeness. As the year bows its head, it's a time for reflection. The days move quickly, yet my inner clock has begun to slow down. I'm listening more. I'm choosing what matters. And, this year, 2025, began with a bright drumbeat. I had a new team gathering around my work. My paint returned to my hands. I felt the spark and the flow. Then life called to me to attend to what was tender. My mother became very ill, and our path took a sorrowful turn. Grief rearranged my calendar and myself. My work changed, my energy changed, and I changed. I'm still devoted to healing the mother wound, and I'm learning even more about the medicine of art making, mandala making, and intuitive coaching. And that's where I find my energies moving, where the call to heal can really take root. And I'm actually now a certified intuitive coach. And that certification has woven a golden thread through everything I offer. And if you'd like to hear more about that, let me know. I'm happy to share. So, a small story about mandalas. My very first painting as a pre-kindergartner was a mandala. I didn't have the language for that at the time, and so it was a turtle. I remember the easel. It was towering above me, and the colors were just singing, and I was like putting that pink down in my big brush and the drips, and my little 4-year-old self took a step back, and I had a huge grin on my face. It felt like it was larger than the room. It was pure exhilaration. So that's the start of my personal awareness of the circle. But it keeps on coming back to me. And it's like it, it, when I was in undergraduate art school, for instance, I drew a series of avocados, and each would have big round seed inside or a hole where the seed would belong. And then in graduate school, my drawings leaped off the page and they became sculptures. And they were again circular forms with um, centers inside, spaces inside. So that shape of the mandala has been walking beside me for a long, long time. And then as an art therapist in art therapy school, I learned about the MARI, the Mandala Assessment Research Instrument. And that's because I learned about Joan Kellogg, who created this form. And it is inspired by, uh, I wouldn't say inspired, but is influenced by Carl Jung and his uh, development of the Great Round and the developmental stages. And what the Mari is, it's 12 stages. It's like a cyclical journey that actually begins stage one, stage two. Stage one is the beginning, moving on around till you come to endings. And then actually there's a 13th stage, which is the new beginnings. And so sometimes it's called the Mari, sometimes it's called the Great Round. And this map is, like I said, it's deeply influenced by Carl Jung's work with the collective unconscious. And it's a compassionate way to witness where we are in the process. With the Mari, it tastes like you take a snapshot of your psyche, but all you're doing when you're creating the mandala is having fun. You're moving colors and shapes and lines. So here we are in the 12th month of the Mari. And the 12th stage is a invitation to return to wholeness through acceptance. And I've been doing a lot of that recently. And it happens to soften our grip. And this year, we just gather what the year has taught us and allow for a completion to prepare the soil for the new beginnings that are most likely already stirring, maybe behind our own consciousness. So if you feel called, I have a suggestion for a very simple practice. If you could set aside just a few minutes and breathe. Place your hand over your heart and just name how you're arriving. Whether it's calm, excited, hopeful, anxious, whatever is there. And then find a plain piece of paper, a paper large enough that you can place a dinner size plate, dinner size plate on top of it, and draw a circle. And this becomes your container. And then spread out your materials, simple materials like colored pencils, pens, pastels, markers, even paints if you're able. Anything you have is perfect. And then again, pause, breathe, and then looking at your materials, just see what calls you. And you can begin anywhere. Just let shapes and lines emerge. A judgment can stay outside for now, and just let the shapes and lines emerge. And then there might be symbols that arise. Just trust your hand. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And when you feel complete, just sit with your mandala and just notice where your eye is drawn to. And then allow 3 words to come up that resonate with your heart and what the mandala is telling you or speaking. Have fun with it. And I would love to witness what you create. So if possible, please send me a picture, take a snapshot and share it. You can share it on Instagram and you can tag me there. And that would be great. You can tag me at Creative Healing Integration. Okay, at Creative Healing Integration, and I will see it there. So, and also I'm considering a monthly circle that journeys through the Great Round. And each month we will explore a different stage. You would start with stage 1 for January, the first month, February, stage 2, the second month, and on and on. And we make a mandala that translates its symbol into the language that supports your growth and next steps for you. And this is a sweet spot where science and art, and then allowing intuition to be braided into that, something so powerful comes out from your art, from your awareness, from the dialogue we may have. And if that resonates, please add your name to the interest list, and I will keep you posted when the next enrollment begins. And there should be a link somewhere for you to click on and put your interest, your name, and let me know that you're interested in it. So, since we are in the season of gifting, I'm offering a special for December, and may this month bring you gentle settling and acceptance to open the door. And may your circle lead you home to your heart. Thank you for listening.